Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. My name is Amethyst, and today we are reacting to Hexjuice's video, the massive issue with Wuthering Waves. Now, I haven't watched this yet. This is going to be a fresh reaction. If you enjoy my reaction and enjoy my take on this video, please hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you wish to communicate with me and tell me your thoughts on what you think of Hex's points. Without further ado, let's get into this.
I think that there is a double-edged sword when it comes to the game design around the echoes in this, in this game. Right?
Oh, okay.
Because it's really cool that you can farm essentially the resin or artifacts of this game for free, right?
Yes.
You don't have to spend money on actually getting the echoes.
I loved that. I love the fact that it doesn't cost anything. You spend no money. There's nothing, or you don't have to sort of constantly refresh a dungeon or a domain or whatever the hell, or an event or whatever, to get these echoes, which is essentially the relic system of this game. You can just wander around the map, and the map is huge. The map is absolutely huge. So there are echoes everywhere for every single character, for every single attribute. And different echoes spawn more frequently in some areas than others. So I think it's a very good thing that it doesn't cost anything, that you don't have to refresh anything. And the fact that it's very unlikely that you're going to destroy and collect every single echo and kill every single tacit discord within a 24-hour period. Unless you're on it for that 24-hour period strictly exploring. But even then, I don't think that's possible.
Spending money on the experience. And that's like really cool, and I think that's a really nice thing that actually long-term for the game will be a big benefit, because
spoilers by the way, I didn't even know this rover existed. What the hell is this? I stayed away from story spoilers on purpose. Do you get this through the story? I knew that rover got a new path, but god damn, this shit looks good. I've seen a little bit of it, but I didn't really, I sort of tried to switch off, but damn. This rover looks sick with the Dark Angel wings. That's what we're getting?
Exploration, something that's actually worth doing. It makes it more engaging. There's a reason to go out and just like walk around. I mean, for streaming on a personal note, it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just walk around and follow around in a particular...
No mint picking in this game, only echo farming. Echo farming in this game, no mint picking, no flower smelling, no sitting on your ass, wandering around, jumping in circles, you rabbit hopping, you're bunny hopping everywhere, in a circle, talking to your audience. You actually have a purpose. Go out and hunt for echoes of relevance to your team. It's good.
Echo that I need, and just kill it for like 2 hours or more, and like completely waste time, and like it's great. Like it's really fun. I think long term for the game, it is one of...
Oh my god, every time, YouTube, get this shit off my screen! Jesus!
The biggest benefits.
Sorry, Hex,
but the
you were
problem
saying.
is that it leaves a couple of things that we are familiar with when it comes to, for artifacts and for relics. Like, it leaves a couple of things impossible. Because you can infinitely farm echoes.
Yes, you can, literally.
You can't feed your crappy ones that you're not going to use, because you will have an infinite number of them. And so they can't really let you do that. Like, it's not going to work for the game. It's not good game design, and it's pretty easy to see why that is.
Exactly.
It leaves them in this position where really what you end up farming is the experience, which is, I think, better overall. I think that there should be some kind of exchange system for it, where you can exchange X amount of echoes for experience, as well as
that would be good.
X amount of echoes for other echoes.
That's a good.
But the problem is,
that's a good take. I like that. Like, exchange it for experience, or don't exchange echoes for a better echo or whatever. What was it? Actually, said. Let me go back.
X amount of echoes. This position where really what you end up farming is the infinite number of them, and so they can't really let you do that. Like, it's not going to work for the game. It's not.
What was it?
Happy ones that you're not going to use, because you will have an infinite
I keep missing
artifacts and for relics. Like, it leaves a couple of things impossible, because you can infinitely farm echoes. you can't feed your crappy ones that you're not going to use because you will have an infinite number of them. And so they can't really let you do that. Like it's not going to work for the game. Exchange system for it where you can exchange X amount of echoes for experience, as well as you can exchange X amount of echoes for other echoes. But the problem is that the rerolling echoes thing is pretty useless past early game, in my opinion. What actual benefit is it for us to continue to be able to merge unused echoes? Because, like, you'll have most of the echoes, and they're completely random, the merges. It's mega useless. And so I think that it would be nice if there was some way to convert echoes into experience or into tuners or something like that.
That would be
cool. Be very helpful. But
you know, turning them into tuners or something like that would be very, very cool, if there isn't something like that already. Bear in mind, I don't know if Hex has basically got to the end game now. But if she has, then obviously she knows. If she hasn't, then maybe she'll find something like that she's looking for. But if not, that'd be really, really good. That'd be really, really good.
But it would have to be a really high exchange rate. Like, you guys have to understand, like, you can farm echoes infinitely. And when
it's got to be something ludicrous. It has to be. You can't, and people can't complain it's going to be too expensive. You can't, because you can literally go out and for an hour and probably bring home 30 echoes. 20, 30 echoes, maybe more. You know, so it's like you need to make it expensive. I'm sorry. Echo tax.
When you have a full data
echo tax, government shit. All right, tax them. Get them out.
a data bank level 20 and you're level 40. There's not a lot of benefit realistically to continuing to merge them. It's random both in terms of what you get and also the stats and everything. So, like, it would be something where they need to limit the conversions, or it needs to be a really, really high exchange rate since it's an infinite farm. I think that one of the bigger problems in the game right now is that the rewards is not enough for the amount of wave plates you use in domains and stuff like that. I think that is a problem. We have to remember that we're doing the lower levels of all of these domains, you know, because none of us are at a world level where we can use the highest level of any of these domains. Like, I don't think anybody is at that world level. I don't even know what that world level is.
Yeah.
I think there's like 6 total. I think the highest you can probably get is like 4. And so you are doing the levels of the domains that just in every game have less rewards. So I think that there's like it's a little bit of an early game problem, unfortunately, that I don't think can be totally fixed. I don't think that they should lower the amount of resin used, to be honest. I think that they should increase rewards so that it's not
either increase the rewards, like double the rewards you get, or like one of my complaints with the tacit fields is it costs 60. Is it cost 60? I think it costs 60. It should cost like 40.
So misery. But part of the problem is if they increase the rewards now, it's gonna mess up farming later.
No, agreed. Yeah, you need to do it later down the road. Like 1.2, 1.3, I'd say. Not even 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. If they want to announce it, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
But I agree.
Like, there's a lot of different issues with this. Because if they increase rewards really heavily now, the later domains are going to possibly have too many rewards, and it's going to be too easy to build
irrelevant, or it'll be too many rewards.
And they can't necessarily make it too easy to build characters late game because gacha is grind. That is the.
You know what? Wuthering Waves ad, baby. There we go. I don't care. Wuthering Waves ad. I'll let that one slide.
Inherently. The reality about echoes is that it is essentially the equivalent of artifacts or relics. And artifacts or relics, if you played Hoyoverse games, are endgame content. It's endgame content even in like Cookie Run Kingdom. It's the last
the Genshin grind for artifacts or relics or whatever ones they were was so fucking shit. So shit. I had to play it on multiplayer. I had to go to these domains and do it on multiplayer and talk to my friends just to make it semi-interesting. And even then, you know, I was still bored out of my mind. Honkai Star Rail is more fun, but still, it's because the gameplay itself is fun, not because the grind itself is fun. The gameplay of, you know, the mechanics of the game, using different characters in your teams. Genshin isn't fun. I don't find Genshin Impact fun. Like, I'm not set, like, you know, I'm not going to reiterate what I've said millions of times in previous videos, but I don't enjoy the grind in Genshin. I don't like Genshin. I'm over that game now. It's done. Over.
Last thing that you do in any gacha game, you're gonna build your characters, you're gonna build your account, you're gonna build out your teams, all of the weapons, everything that you need first.
I really want a shiny Tic Tac. Is that bad? Like, I really want a shiny Tic Tac. Side note, I still haven't yet to get a shiny, but I want a shiny Tic Tac. I want the shiny 4, the late guardians of this game. They're not the late guardians, but like, you might as well, you know, like Yuxi, Mesprit, and Azelf from Gen 4 Pokemon games. I deem Tic Tac, Snip Snap, Whiff Waff, and there's another one as well, the 4th one. Tic Tac, Whiff Waff, Snip Snap, and I don't know. There's another one, but they're like the 4 late guardians, and I want all those in shinies.
And then
I'm such a fucking nerd. I'm such a fucking weirdo.
You are going to do your like echoes, your relics, and your artifacts. And the reality is that we're not really technically in endgame right now.
No.
And so it's like, it's kind of
We're
hard
really
for me
not.
to say that I think that it needs to be completely changed. Because the reality is that we're basing it off of being able to farm early game domains. Because you're not supposed to have like a max team.
Not yet, no. No, we're miles away.
You're supposed to be able to, as a...
We're miles away. Like, we should be miles away. If anyone has, like, god-rolled, you know, gold echoes with god-rolled stats, I'm going to have to look at them and judge them accordingly. Put them on trial for that shit. Because you shouldn't have... like end game level shit this early on. You shouldn't. It's impossible.
Normal, like free to play or low
player
to be able to clear all content. That's not reasonable. That's not normal in any game. How many of y'all were completing end game content in Honkai Star Rail in your first week? How many of y'all were completing MOC in your first week?
No.
I think that's true to say. I think access to gold echoes being so early, it feels a little bit confusion.
I'm not there yet. I'm 3
like,
weeks
okay,
in,
well, I got gold echoes, I should be able to just use the gold echoes. It should take longer. You should have to grind in gacha games, but
no.
It's hard.
Well, that's both the... I know it's annoying, and gacha games are a fucking chore to do at times if they're done incorrectly, but I don't feel like this game's a chore in the slightest. To be honest, I don't think this game is a chore in the slightest. I have never felt this game as a chore in my 3 weeks of playing currently since launch. You know, we're in the 3rd week now. I think I haven't even grind yet because I haven't even finished the story. I'm not burning myself out. I play the game for a few hours a day, about 3 to 4 hours a day. You know, look for chests, farm for echoes, or if there's a certain echo that I want, I'll look for it. Fight a couple of bosses, have fun with characters, and I'm still doing the story. I'm doing the story, so I've got lots to do, but I'm really enjoying it. But I agree with what Hex is saying. A gacha game is meant to be grindy. It's a free to play game, and the whole grind to get the best team possible is meant to be a grind. It's meant to be. Not a chore. You don't want to feel like you burn out, but you need to put in the work to get the rewards. You know, like, you need to put in the work to get the team that you desire for you then to pass the end game. But you need to put in that work first, you know?
Because you can get gold echoes so early, and I think that makes it feel like, okay, it's time now, I gotta do it. It's time, we gotta do it.
Wrong.
Like, you should not be able to clear all of the endgame content so early. I think there are a lot of things that could be done differently, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't agree that there needs to be like a massive change to how the ecosystem works in general. I think that there are a couple of things that are different about this game that if you've played a lot of Hoyo games that are going to feel kind of weird and confusing and possibly a little bit bad because in Hoyo...
What does your video like?
I don't care. This is the 3rd one.
Sound effects for your
YouTube, fuck off.
Games, when you get access to 5-star relics being like actively available to you, that is more or less when you should start trying to build that way. I think that the reality is that later in the game, when people are hitting their maximum like domain rewards and stuff like that, this is not going to be that much of a problem. And I don't know if I agree that it should be heavily tuned based on people's annoyance about it now, especially those who have sped run content crazy style, because it can fuck with the tuning later on in the game when the game is fully developed.
I know, I hear what you're saying.
We should not have access to fully developed teams a week into a gacha game.
So true. Like I just said, if I see someone that has the most busted team, like an end game level team, a week, 2 weeks into the game's release, I'm gonna look at them and just think, what the fuck, man? Like, what have you been doing? Do you have a job? Are you okay? Do you want to talk? Let me take you for a walk, because you need to touch some grass, my guy. You know?
Should not. That's not how gacha games work. It wouldn't be good for the game.
No.
Then why would you continue to log in?
Exactly.
They keep you logging in because you have to grind.
Exactly.
And so I think that this is a bit alarmist. I think that it is, we're going to be honest, primarily content creators who have sped run the game who have this problem and are really like upset about this problem. I'm not saying that they're wrong entirely, but like, I don't think that this is like a long-term issue, and I don't think that this should be fixed for everyone, because I think that it is a very particular part of the player base that is dealing with this. And that's not to say
it's a portion, not the whole thing.
That they shouldn't have done a better job of making it clear what your priorities are. But in every gacha game, what you do, you farm your characters, you level your characters, you level their abilities, you level your weapons, you level your account, you do all of that stuff, and then you do your echo equivalent.
Yeah! Finally, and then you get to the good stuff. My main character that I am going to be maining for the foreseeable future until Geshu Lin comes out. I hope Geshu Lin's going to be a playable character, because if not, then I'm going to be so upset. But my main is Yuan Wu, the 4-star resonator Yuan Wu, right? My top priority is just getting his level up as high as it possibly can, getting his actual skill tree up as high as it possibly can. I've got good echoes for him. I'm not saying I've not got good echoes. I've got good echoes for him, so he's usable. So he's a reliable asset to the team. I've got echoes strong enough for him to become usable and for him to become a useful member. But I'm not going to spend hour upon hour upon day grinding his specific recommended echoes to get the best possible echoes for him now. There's no point. They're going to be adding more echoes. They're going to be adding more areas. They're going to be adding more weapons. And they're going to be adding more characters. So for all I know, I could put 100 hours into this guy, and then for them to go, by the way, there's this new character, power crept, boom, he's useless now. Now, that's not to say it's going to happen. That's a slightly spin-off point to what I'm saying. But the point is, you don't need to be putting in 110,000 hours into one character or into one team yet to get the best god deity roles of echoes. You know that comes later. Focus on the character itself, not the echoes of the characters yet. You know, in my opinion, I might be in the minority, but it sounds like that's what Hex is talking about here. You know?
So like, it feels really good to get all these gold echoes, but I don't think that you should be able to perfect your builds. I don't think that you should, like, the fact that people are upset that their late game grind is being affected. We're not in late game.
We're 3 weeks.
Late game is literally not available in the game.
We're 3 weeks in. Oh my god, we're 3 weeks in. 3 weeks. 3 weeks in the game.
At least another 2 weeks to even get to like higher levels of the game. Like it's not. I do think that they should have locked echoes for a little bit longer. I think that the data bank should have been harder to do. I don't think they should.
I haven't finished the data bank. I am Union level 30. Just reached Union level 30 yesterday, and I'm just got to data bank level 15 last night. Like just got to 30, then just got to data bank level 15, and then that was me done. Like, you know, I was on the game for a good few hours last night, but I was happy. I didn't feel like I needed to grind anymore.
Be able to,
and that was me just doing missions, like different, like, you know, just doing missions or the checkbooks where if you complete a certain amount of tasks you get rewards and stuff, you know, like that sort of stuff. Like I haven't been doing any echo grinding or anything, or domain farming or anything like that. Just exploring mainly.
Our old echoes, our crap echoes into our new echoes if they're unleveled. I don't think this is a long-term issue. I think this is an issue of people who have sped run the game and completed like all of the content in a very limited window.
They started the game and then skipped to the end without going through the really good meat and potatoes of the center of the novel. They read the prologue and the first chapter and skipped to the last 2 chapters. They didn't read chapters 2 to 7. You know, like they went from chapter 1 to 8. That's I guess that's the analogy that I'm getting from this, you know.
Of time, and now they're like, well, I want to min-max, I want to end game, I want to be better at end game, I want more, I want more, and it's like you burn through all the content. That being said,
there's nothing more.
The Echo Tuner issue with
you've eaten your dinner, but I'm still hungry. But you've eaten it all. There's nothing else to give. I've got no. You've eaten the food in the cupboards. You've eaten the food in the fridge. You've eaten the fruit. You've eaten frozen food. You took it out of the freezer and scoffed it. I've got nothing left to give, but I want more. I'm still hungry for more. There is no more. There is no more, Junior. That's it. You've eaten it. Move on. Wait until I do some shopping. Wait, next week's shop. We all have to go without food because of you. Because you couldn't wait. Because you were a greedy fuck. That's essentially what's going on.
Blues and the purples. I think that there needs to be some system of being able to merge your old tuners, like your lower level tuners, into the higher level tuners. 100%. And
that'd be great.
It should be the same thing as that.
Oh, that would be great.
Kind of ratio that it usually does. Because I think that's fair. Because there's no reason to have blue and purple tuners past past mid game. But I think that this is sort of an issue of people getting ahead of themselves. I think this is.
I think purples might be. Now I've only got 1 gold echo, and that was from completing one of the checkbooks, you know. But I don't know. I think purples will still be useful. Purple echoes.
Issue of people's speed.
I'm most likely wrong about this anyway.
Running a game and then going like, but there's no more content, and it's like you weren't supposed to do all of that content yet. And as a content creator, yes, it makes sense for content creators to spend 18 hours a day and a ton of money to get through content as quickly as possible. But that does leave the risk that you're going to be gated because it is still in, like we're on the first day of week 2
you
of this
shall not pass
when you
until 1.1 comes out.
Content and spend money to burn through content, you are going to be gated on some of the stuff that is available to you, and you're not going to have all of the end game available to you because you're not supposed to be in end game. And
you know what you could do to those out there that are wanting more content? 100% every region. Do that. 100. Look for every chest, every single chest, every viewpoint, everything. Just do that. You'll be fine.
If that's how you like to play. You're not a content creator. That's fine. But there is a reality that this game is not balanced for people who sat down and were like, I'm taking the week off and I am doing nothing but playing this game. I'm not even gonna get up to pee. I'm gonna have a piss bucket and I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna spend $500 and I'm gonna grind so hard that I complete every single thing. Like you're not. It's not tuned.
Go to motionarray.com.
This is like the 5th advert. This is the 5th advert.
To bring your vision to life.
Get out.
For people who money whale or time whale in that way. If you do that, yes, you are going to run out of things to do. but like give it a little bit of time because we don't even have all of these domains unlocked. And I'm not saying it's completely not an issue. I think there is still like it feels bad right now because it feels like the cost does not match up with the benefit of some of these domains. But I don't think that this applies as much to echoes as people are saying, because in a couple months, we're going to have way more of the game open to us, and we're going to have these high-level domains that will give more rewards. If by the time we get there, it's still not giving adequate rewards,
we'll talk.
Sure. Our world level is not that high. We're at world level 4. Think about the difference between how many rewards you get in HSR from like one world level to the next. It's very significant. Actually, I'd say HSR also sort of has this problem where they're very stingy with the resources you get from your domain runs.
Right.
But like, this is the end game grind. I think it's much better that the end game grind is for experience and not for the actual stat sticks.
I agree.
Because it's way worse to spend
yeah, I agree. I had to double think about it, but yeah, I agree.
Experience on the RNG of getting the stats that you want. Like,
however, you know what would be really, really cool if like 1 in 100 tacit fields. Now, stay with me, guys. If 1 in 100 tacit fields, or whatever the odds would be, one of those echoes you could get from a tacit fields could be a shiny.
Or not your experience, your resin.
Might make the grind a little bit more fun. 1 in 100 tacit fields. Odds are random. 1 in 100. You could get a shiny echo.
On the RNG of getting the stats you want. You can farm infinitely for the stats that you want. It's just the experience part sucks, and you can feed them once they're levels. I don't think it is reasonable that you would be able to have min-maxed characters in the first 2 weeks. And so, like, I don't know necessarily enough about game design or game development or, like, any of that shit to be able to tell you exactly what it is that needs to be fixed. I think that there is an issue of tuners because I think you should be able to take your shitty ones and make them into nicer ones. It's supposed to be cost prohibitive to min-max your characters. How many of y'all have been farming the same characters in HSR for months and still don't have perfected stats? It's supposed to take months to min-max your characters unless you spend crazy money. It's supposed to. It's a gotcha.
Damn, Hex. Crit rate 51%? Hell yeah.
So they make the ability.
Oh, but you have gold echo. Damn, there's me stuck on blues and purples.
The RNG part of this unlimited, right? You can get as many relics
I want Dreamless so bad. I need to complete the story,
You could
though.
do this for hours. You could do this endlessly. You could fucking do it forever, especially if you have friends. You could do it, and then you could go do it in your friend's world, and then their friend's world, and you can do it endlessly. It should be prohibitive for you to level them up, or else this game is going to be whack-fuck balanced. The balancing of this game depends on it being prohibitive for you to level these, because if you can just infinitely farm this and easily level these up, the game is going to diminish in returns in terms of continuing the grind.
It's gonna be a little bit too easy, and it'll be too easy for you to clear the content. And if it's too easy for you to clear the content, it means there's gonna be no more content for a while. So it's like, yeah.
Very quickly, I think that there are absolutely and 100% changes that need to be made and things that need to be fixed. But I think overall, this is a complaint of wanting to be able to complete, like do the entirety of a game that is not entirely finished. We need to relax. We need to allow the game to...
In my other video, the other day, I spoke about how Wuthering Waves feels like a complete game. I stand by that. It feels like a complete game. However, unfinished and incomplete. What I mean by it feels like a complete game is that, as in gameplay wise, for gameplay wise, the way the game is, the exploration, the way the characters feel, like gameplay wise, it feels complete. That's not to say, I'm not talking about the story. I know the story is incomplete because it's a gacha game, and every update there'll be story updates. And I know there'll be more end game, and I know there'll be more echoes, and I know there'll be more features and more content added. But I feel like for a player playing the game, it feels complete. Like with the gameplay and how the characters feel, and how the combat feels, how the exploration feels, how the world feels, it feels complete. That's kind of just so you guys are aware. I agree that the game is unfinished, but it doesn't feel incomplete, you know?
continue to update. We need to get our max world levels before we make these kind of determinations about the ecosystem. It should be prohibitive to min-max your characters, period. It is a gacha game. If you don't have to log in every day to do your grind, the gacha game will fail. Think about your characters month 1 of Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail of you playing it. Your characters were
yeah.
I can tell you
my
sure.
team was so shit for so long.
Oh,
my team was so shit until Jingli Yu came out.
Because you can get them so early. This is endgame. The artifact grind, this is the endgame. This is endgame in every gacha game. It should be prohibitive. It feels bad. Personally, I think the worst issue right now is like how hard it is to level your characters. Like how much.
Watch, they'll release like you know, you got like green, blue, purple, gold echoes. Watch, in like 2.0 they'll release red echoes, like the crimson echoes. The crimson echoes, ladies and gentlemen. Crimson echoes. Oh god, if they release a new rarity, I take note of this video.
How much it costs. I think the rewards should be increased.
I'm desperately begging you. There's a link in the description.
No, Mark.
There's a code.
No. No.
However,
you can beg all you want, bitch.
I also understand, realistically, that if they increase the rewards too much, it's going to be too easy to build your characters too early, and it's going to fuck up the game. It is not going to be worth it to continue playing this game if you're getting too many rewards too early, because what is the point of continuing to log in?
What is the point?
I understand if you're somebody who's like burned through all the content that feels shitty, but like we're on levels. I'm on level 60 at level 33. I don't think you're gonna be able to.
I'm on level. I level 50.
5. I think the max you can get would be 5, but I don't know if anybody's even level 40 yet. You still have 3 more levels of domains up to phase 7 before you're going to be getting your full
Dark Souls difficulty. Level 3 is difficult, guys. Level 3 on the hologram bosses and the forgery challenges. Oh, it's difficult.
Words from this.
I don't care how well built your characters are. You're going to fail many times.
You should not be getting like a ton of rewards. You're on the 3rd level. Think about the lower levels of domains.
Exactly.
In other games like this, in Hoyo games. So like, please, we need to remember this is a new game and it's different from Hoyo games. Chill the fuck out. Is the point of this. This is a new game.
Shut the fuck up.
Should not be
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Like the end game grind so easily. Chill. I think there are adjustments that could and should be made. I'm not going to speak on exactly what those are. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm not going to speak on what those are because I'm not a game designer. I'm not a game dev. I don't know anything about anything. But what I do know is like if they make it too easy for y'all to min-max your characters off jump, y'all will stop playing the game and
True.
they'll go, oh, Wuthering
If we were able to get to this now, and people were starting to get to this by just before 1 or before 1.1, doesn't matter if it was a day or a week before 1.1, but from launch to 1.1, people were already clearing this, then there's a huge problem. She's exactly right.
This is not that good. The content, there's not enough content. But if you sped run the game and now you're mad you don't have enough content, well,
tough, bitch. Tough. Don't like your broccoli? Tough.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that's how it works.
Oh my god, you don't like how the game works. I'm so sorry. Oh, what a shame.
People are not doing that. They're not going to make the game to suit those people.
Exactly.
They're going to suit the game for casual people.
Exactly.
I think that there is something to be said about the rewards right now, but we have to remember we are not max world level. It was hard to level characters in other games.
Yeah, if we were max world level and you had this problem, fine, speak about it. But you are not.
I want to make that clear. They have a different perspective on the game, though. And I would say even I would say I'm probably further into the game than a lot of casual people because I think on
I just got to 30. She's higher than me.
Which people are gonna say
I haven't even got gold echoes yet. I haven't even finished the story yet.
Like, oh, I'm level 33, 35, whatever. But y'all on Twitch are the most hardcore people because you are actively.
I just got to data bank 15. I'm just about to start getting gold echoes. I've reached that point. I haven't even delved deep into it yet.
Interacting with the community on a deeper way. So y'all on Twitch, tell me what union level you are. Let me know what union level you are.
30.
But
can't
like
hear me.
the reality
30.
of the situation is that y'all are gonna be like some of the more hardcore players.
Fuck.
33, 35, yeah. Y'all are gonna be the more hardcore players when you're higher level like this. Y'all are the most hardcore parts of this fan base because you are most engaged in gacha and most engaged in this. Chill.
Fuck yeah.
Don't burn through content.
39. I saw someone that's 39. That's crazy. I just hit 30 late last night and then turned the game off.
Go, oh, well, there's not more content. You burnt through it. You incinerated all the content.
You boinged through it. You nuked it. It's gone. Reduced to atoms. You used the game to destroy the game.
You can't do that and then expect that there be more. You have to wait. That's why I've been playing this.
I used the game to destroy the game. What happened to the content? Gone. Reduced to atoms. Nothing but dust now. We saw you play the game 2 days ago.
This game so very slowly.
It nearly killed me.
Let me know what you think about it in the comments below on YouTube. I was a bit hesitant to really talk about this because most of the times when I talk about game design stuff, people get a little bit upset at me.
Don't worry about it.
I think that this does need to be said. We need to keep in mind that this game is made for casual people to enjoy, not people who are crazy style. And like, if you are doing that, it's a little bit unfair to say that the game is not good or doesn't have enough content because you burn through all the content in a week. So, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Come by on Twitch if you want to hang out. I stream
I was on your stream last night, Hex. I was on your stream last night. It was very, very good. Very much enjoyed it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed or if you don't follow Hex Juice, please go and do that. I'll leave her channel in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought of that. I think it was a good video. She raised a good few points. Like, the most of the points she raised were good. And I think she's onto something, and I think she's correct. If you're grinding the game and you're out of content, I hate to break it to you, pal. That's your own fault. You did it. You did this to yourself. You have caused your own demise, your own destruction. You have self-sabotaged, and now you have to wait. You have to wait patiently for 1.1 at the end of June, or you're going to have to just play ZZZ, because ZZZ comes out like a week or 2 weeks after 1.1 comes out, since they brought 1.1 forward. Thank you, Kuro. But yeah, also guys, Yinlin is coming out tomorrow. I will be doing summons for Yinlin, so stay tuned for that. It will be on Twitch at twitch.tv/Amethyst Abrams. Come along and join us for all the fun, rages, and hopefully we have good luck. I am going for Yuan Wu just as much as I'm more than Yinlin. Yuan Wu's my main. I want to max out my Yuan Wu. You know what? If I get to like the equivalent of like an like a C3 or C4, I'll be more than happy. Give me like another. What are we on, like C1 Yuan Wu at the moment? So another 2 or 3. I want another 3 copies of Yuan Wu, so we get him C4. If we get another 3 copies of Yuan Wu, I'll count that as a win if we lose the 50-50 and don't get Yinlin. Because it means if we lose the 50-50 for Yinlin, then we can either go for Jinshi in 1.1, or we can wait for Geshu Lin. If Geshu Lin becomes a playable character, which he fucking better, because he looks amazing, and yeah, I really want Geshu Lin so good. Please, Kuro, please give me Geshu Lin. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace!